talk. It's time to rock, and it's not quite midweek, bro. It's a day after midweek, but we'll still call it a midweek special. It's close enough to Hump Day, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. We've missed Hump Day, but we're on the downward slide from Hump Day.
Oh, look, that's my apologies. I know that we had it all scheduled and set up to go for Wednesday, Australia, New Zealand time, but I just had a few work commitments that got in the way. So rather than rush anything, I said to Brad, would it be okay if we, postponed it and moved it a day forward? And he, being the great guy he is, said, no problem, bro. So here we are. And as usual, it's my pleasure to be here and spend some time with you guys, with my co-host all the way from Melbourne. Have you guys got freedom yet, Brad?
I don't want to say it too loud because the rest of the country seems to be getting locked down. But at the moment, we've got eased restrictions. But when I say eased, where we were meant to be going light restrictions as of, I think, tonight or tomorrow, but they're not going ahead now because of what's happening around the country. So they're keeping a tighter grasp on it. Unfortunately, other states are in lockdown. So I think it's just ourselves and our other country, Tasmania, that's not locked down completely at the moment.
Well, bro, our thoughts and prayers are with you guys and our Australian brothers and sisters, and we just hope that you guys manage to get it sorted out. Deja Voodoo's in the chat, and he's saying something that's really cool. He's saying it's America. It's Hump Day in America, so it's Hump Day.
There you go. Hump Day in America, which is good. So at least because we're always one step ahead,
You got it,
bro.
We're always Have you got your chat up?
Yeah, I've got it. I just pulled it up now. So how are we going, guys? We've got Nightbot, Crappy Luxury, Deja Voodoo, Derek Clapton, or as we name him, Eric Clapton, Mark Tanner. Simon's in the chat. Simon, must be early for you, buddy. How's it going? We had a message there from DK Wilson. Do you want to do a shout out to DK Wilson there, bro?
Yeah, no problem. So DK Wilson's in the chat, and I think he's been on a couple of our earlier shows, but he's put a couple of comments up there in regards to the topic of this evening. He's got three Clapton solos in particular he wants to mention. Let It Rain, Why Does Love Got to Be So Sad, Have You Ever Loved a Woman from Fillmore East in concert, Derek and the Dominoes 73, masterpiece. Just got to check it out. So we're not going to argue or contradict that, are we, bro?
No. And I dare say, we're all going to have songs that we wanted to put on this list here, and we've had to leave them off. But, geez, Andrew, you could have given us an easier task for a midweek one than 5 Clapton solos. I mean, I could have picked 20. It's like what I'm going to go with this week, as opposed to what I'd listen to next week and go, maybe I should put that one in. So, yeah.
I aim to displease. That's so. Hey, have you got the chat up?
I have. Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so you can do the shout outs if you want.
Yeah, no, I just did. I just went through everyone there, I think. Everyone that's in the chat. So Simon's actually there. It's 7:39 there. He's just starting to work. Okay. Shout out to Simon.
Awesome.
Yep. Again, we've got Nightbot, Mark Tanner, Crappy Luxury, and Derek Clapton, who's Eric Clapton. Deja Voodoo. Yeah, we've got a fair few in the chat there already, which is great. And
awesome.
We want you guys to share your thoughts on your 5 favorite solos. What's this one here? I'm just looking. Oh, is that British Electric Blues Show? What's that?
Okay, so I'm just about to explain that. So what I've done, guys, is I'm going to set up Nightbot, and I've just put in one command in Nightbot already. So when I do the Nightbot command, which is exclamation mark Brad Facebook, it comes up with check Brad out on Facebook with your Facebook link. So good to see that's working. So I'm going to set those Nightbot commands up and make it a little bit easier. And I'll give you guys those commands so that you guys, my co-moderators, you can just have those commands. And when you guys hit that, those commands, it comes up in the chat. You know, just part and parcel of us getting into the 21st century, guys.
Excellent.
Awesome. Couple of things, bro. Couple of things I'd like to talk to you about, especially. We've got you on Instagram, and we have to do this, guys. I'm sorry, we've got to do this because we do get people watching our streams in the end, and here they are there. So there you go. Brad Cook Music, Instagram at Brad Cook Music. Simon Williams at Simon Williams 33. Our Rev Kurt S 5150. And another good friend of the channel, Michael, at I Happen to Have. So subscribe there, you guys, and we'll be grateful for any subscriptions. Bro, we were just talking about this in the green room, and I know that we've been talking about it on the chat on Instagram, but isn't it interesting how we love Bobby Whitlock, and Bobby Whitlock's channel is really, really cool. He's provided us with a lot of information when we did the Layla album last year, and he's always putting up videos. Check him out. Check out Bobby's channel. In fact, when Brad's talking, I'll get that link and I'll throw it in here if you guys haven't checked it out. But there's an interesting little thing that I've asked my co-hosts about, and I'm going to get some thoughts from Brad, and obviously you guys in the chat. Bobby Whitlock wasn't apparently consulted by the record company for any information regarding the liner notes for the 50th anniversary of All Things Must Pass, which is pretty interesting because Bobby's memory is better than anyone else's. It's still vivid, 50 years later? And he contradicts a lot of the information that was officially released on the album release. And apparently the record company Bro and the George Harrison estate rang him and asked him to remove the video. Made it quite difficult. Got any thoughts on that, bro?
Yeah, I do. I'm not sure I agree with them asking him to pull it down. They probably should have consulted him more about the liner notes. But honestly, I get a little bit annoyed when these estates do this sort of thing, and they sort of exclude, or they kind of, people that were relevant. As we know, he was a fairly big part of that record, you know. So, you know, I don't know. It doesn't sit well with me. We see it with other iconic artists, which we've spoken about. And I'm not ashamed to say, like Jimi Hendrix, his estate is quite greedy, and the way they sort of treat their fans, and you know, that I shouldn't say too much there. But what I'm getting at is I kind of disagree with what they've done, and it doesn't sit well with me at all. I mean, that means basically all the liner notes we're getting on the 50th anniversary, how accurate are they and how correct are they? And that the liner notes, as we've discussed in previous album, you know, run-throughs where we're ranking tracks and we're going through the album, the liner notes are what we sit and read. They're the things that they're the things that we put our money into to have. Because, I mean, in this day and age, we've got Spotify, we've got, you know, Apple Music, we've got all these streaming platforms. But the reason we actually buy the album is for the artwork, the liner notes, the physical product. You're putting it on. If it's an LP, you're putting it on the vinyl on. You're listening to it while you're reading the actual liner notes. It kind of turns me off to be honest with you, actually wanting to have the physical product now. How do you feel about it, Andrew?
Well, I think they've cocked up. The record company plainly have cocked up, and like most businesses, instead of saying, "Look, we've cocked up," they're trying to dig themselves out of the cock up by making it more and more ridiculous for them. Yeah. Look, you guys have to go and check out Bobby's channel. They have removed the video, apparently. So, yeah, they removed the video. But as Bobby said, bro, Bobby said that, he's not in it for the money. He's in it because he wants people to have the correct information. And we've got to take him at his word because he's the one that was there, And Bobby's not only just talking about himself, guys. He's also representing Carl and Jim, who aren't here.
Yeah. It's a pity they've taken the video down because I was going to say everyone go and watch it and make a decision based upon what they think. But, I'm excited as anything to get the 50th anniversary version. But, yeah, am I going to go buy the physical product now? I'm not sure.
Yeah. Oh, look, I look forward to discussing this album with you and Simon later on. Obviously, we've got a lot of work towards the end of the year. We've got the Beatles big release coming at the end August, September, and we're going to jump on the bandwagon, guys. We are going to be hot. We're going to be inundating the internet and YouTube with some Beatles shows. We're going to contribute what we've picked up over the years, and we're going to stick our 10 cents on the table, aren't we, Brad and Simon? We're gonna barge in.
Yep, we're going to do our bit basically to do the best we can to go through. There's probably 3 to maybe 4 episodes, in amongst the new Beatles release coming out later this year, and then George Harrison. They might be 2 episodes each, maybe longer. We don't know. We might need to separate the Beatles one into 3 episodes. Same with the Harrison one because there's so many extras on there and things like that, which is what we all love. We love all that stuff. But disappointing that they've gone down that path of making Bobby remove that and sort of it's a disappointing sort of situation.
Yeah. Look, I agree with you. We've got some cats in the chat, bro. We've got Jim Wallace joining us.
Yep.
Great Van Zanny all the way from Portland. Good to see you, bro. And Susan was in the chat saying g'day and hi to us. Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Susan. We always appreciate the kind words that you leave us. Thank you very much. You guys are awesome.
Brooks,
Brooks. Yeah. So we're starting to get a few guys here. We've got 10 people watching us. So, let's get into the show. So one of the great things about doing lists is that you can change them.
Well, I will say this as a disclaimer that my list will probably change next month. It's cycles around. I've got favorites, obviously. I could sit here and say pretty much I could give you 5 of my favorite solos just off 24 nights. You know what I mean? But I didn't want to do just all 24 nights, obviously. I want to spread it out a bit and spread the love. But I could honestly sit here and say pretty much 5 songs off 24 nights I could give you like that. Favorite solos.
Yeah, I didn't do anything in depth. I didn't go crazy, bro, and do anything from some bootlegs or some weird YouTube. I stuck pretty much to the canon, the released canon, which gives anyone at least who agrees an opportunity to listen to what I and Brad have had to say, or disagree, obviously. But we're trying to keep it, quite focused where people can jump on and listen to the stuff because that's the whole idea. I'm amazed that you reckon that you're going to keep your list for 1 week. My list, if I did this list tomorrow, it'll be different. You know, I'm just one of those guys, you know. So, but I'm looking forward to sharing my list with Brad, because I've got no idea what his list is. And obviously, if you guys in the chat want to chime in with your top 5 solos, obviously, if we get a chance, we'll highlight them. If we can't discuss them, we'll certainly highlight your lists on the show here. So I'm the host. I'm the host.
You can start.
I'm gonna say you're gonna kick it off, brother.
You want me to kick it off?
In no particular order.
All right. So the first one that sprung to my mind immediately when you asked me to do this was 5 Long Years from the Cradle album, when the solo kicks in. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So five Long Years. It's a blistering hot solo, comes in at, I think, about 2 minutes, 20 seconds, and it's just blues power. It's phenomenal playing. I can just picture Clapton doing this pose, you know, where he's sort of head back. He's just going for it. But, you know, it's phenomenal. I encourage everyone to go have a listen to that. So from the Cradle record, go and have a listen. If you're not familiar with that record, it came out in September 94, and it's Clapton pretty much reconnecting with his roots. How do you feel about that, Andrew? That's probably the best way to describe it, isn't it?
Well, we've done a show on this album, haven't we? You and I and Simon, we've gone through and done this, and somewhere on this channel, if you guys want to go and check that out, it's one of our favourite shows, in fact, that we've done last year. I think at the end of the year when we did our wrap-up, that was one of them. Look, I think this album was the album that Clapton always wanted to make. So the fact that Brad's picked a song off that album is remarkable, because my list is noticeably absent of any solo from that album.
Wow, okay. I mean, there's a fair few notable solos on there as well that I think are worthy of listening to, but I won't go into them at this stage. I'll keep it by 5. I don't want to deviate too much. So what's your one of no particular order, Andrew? What's your pick, the first one?
Okay, right. My gosh, it's one of the shortest solos. I think it's his second shortest solo ever. I think the shortest one that he did was I'm relying on my memory here. It'll come back to me. It's the second shortest solos ever. It's Forever Man. It's the solo on Forever Man. And the reason why I've picked that song, bro, is you know me. I'm a sucker for a good video, and I know we're talking about the solos here, but I just love the way that video interacted with me when I was a young guy. You know, the way that they filmed it, and he's playing Blackie. That's what I really love about the solo. It's Blackie going through some Marshalls to get that tone. So this is before Brad went and pinched Warren's Clapton's signature Stratocaster with the TPX control and all that. So he's just using a standard 57 mongrel there, isn't he? What a tone. Yeah,
I'm going to go have a listen to that again. That's a good pick. I like that too, but I'm going to go have a good listen to it. This is great because it's going to give me the opportunity to go back and have a listen to some of this stuff that I may have missed. But okay, so yeah, that's a really good pick, Andrew. I didn't think of that one. That's a really good one.
Oh, thank you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate that.
There's
Derek, sorry, bro. Derek's asking a question. Is it? No, it's not a question. It's in the studio, but it's a live performance. That's correct. 5 Long Years. Sorry. So that's why we love that album, Derek. That's correct, because it's all recorded live. Bro, I'm sorry for interrupting you. Carry on.
That's okay. No, yeah. 5 Long, that whole From the Cradle record, like we might share that episode we done in the link or something at the end of this, because we did a really good show on that. And it's a wonderful live album. Even though it's in the studio, it's completely live. There's no overdubs, which I love that about that record. I'm not sure if I'll get away with this one because it's not. It's a sit-in solo that he did, but it's probably one of my all-time favorite Clapton solos, and I have to put it out there. While My Guitar Gently Weeps on the White Album, Beatles. It's brilliant. It's an emotionally charged solo. You know, Clapton was hesitant to do it. Harrison convinced him to do it, and thank God he did. That's all I can say, because I've sat and, you know, as you do as a up-and-coming guitar player, going through all your licks and practicing, and I used to sit there and just jam along to that. And no matter what I did, I could never pick up that feel that Clapton put on that. I really feel like he stepped up on that song. Really, he you know, it's a beautiful song. It's a wonderful song. But I honestly think the solos in that, McCartney's piano playing lifts the song, but the guitar solos are phenomenal in that song. So yeah, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, that's one of my picks.
Oh man. Absolutely. And you know, what a great pick. That's not on my list. I did think about that. I kind of hoped that you would bring that in, knowing how much you are a George Harrison fanatic. So I'm going to pat myself on the shoulder here. I kind of hoped you would pick that. I psychically said that you would. I was just hoping. So good. What a song, you know, the first guy to actually go in and record something with the Beatles that wasn't obviously a Beatle. Yeah. Great song, great solo, played on a Les Paul.
Yep, Les Paul, Lucy the Les Paul. Hey, Warren. Got something here, mate.
Oh, my God. Good to see you, Warren. I'm just going to go off tangent here. We've got Warren in the chat. So Warren sent an email talking about the album rankings. Well, the preparation, I should say, that we're doing on the Sunday show. Warren, like a lot of us here, is Beatles nut. So we look forward to spending some time talking about what led up to the album, some of the gear that was used. We're not going to rank the tracks. We're just going to talk a bit about, you know, what was happening, the scene. We love doing that, don't we, bro? We love, you know, painting that picture before we do the rankings. But Warren, if you ever want to join us live on the ranking the tracks, mate, you have a permanent invitation to join us.
100%. And being a massive Beatles fan, Warren, you probably should jump on. You know, we're going to try and encourage you to come on, mate. So, you know, jump on and grace us with your presence and your knowledge, because that's what we're here for. We want to learn from you guys as well. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So if you guys haven't already seen the link for that, well, I'll see if I can do. I'm learning all this stuff. I'll see if I can put that forward link for that show in the chat while Brad is talking, because I can't do all this while I'm talking. So Brad's done 2, and bro, I need you also to at the end of the show to put your 5 picks in the comments as well too, okay, so that I can put them on the card, because my memory won't. It's only 5, I know, but
no, that's all right. That's fine, mate. That's fine. I'll compose a little list and I'll just pop it in the chat afterwards. Yeah.
Please, that'll be cool. So my pick, and okay, bro, I don't want you getting dirty on me. Okay, I didn't do this for you to get dirty on me. But I've picked the solo from the Winwood, Clapton, concert that they did in 2008, the Voodoo Child solo that Clapton did. And I just love that. It just oozes and it just drips love from Clapton. I just love looking at him when he performs the solo. Love listening to it because clearly he loved Jimi Hendrix. You know, Jimi Hendrix was a huge influence on Clapton.
Yep.
Not only as a musician and a guitar player, but just as a mate. And I can feel that when I hear that song. So I'm getting bang for my buck with that solo. Plus, I just love the tone that he's got around that period, you know, that mid-range that thing that he's got going. Bro, one of the best eras ever. So I could have picked, like you, 10 solos from that gig, but can only pick one. Do I get away with that?
You get away with that, mate. I agree. It's actually brilliant. I actually really enjoyed that Steve Winwood Clapton gig. That's phenomenal, that DVD. I've always loved putting that on. You know, there's something about it. They captured that performance. There's something about in that version of Voodoo Child, what they did there is phenomenal. I mean, Winwood being on the actual original, on the Hendrix Electric Ladyland version, you know, and Clapton sort of just putting his spin on it, which was not far, you know, his style. But Hendrix was influenced by Clapton so much, and they influenced each other. So fantastic, good pick, Thank you, Andrew. I like that one.
Thank you, bro. Sonia's in the chat. Hello, Sonia. Sonia, I'm going to send you some links for some up-and-coming shows for you to share. Good to see you, Sonia. We love you, Sonia.
Greg Vanzini, how are you? Who else we got? Aaron, thanks, Aaron. Jim Wallace. We've got a few people in that haven't seen for a while or seen before. Where are we? So we've said hello to everyone else, I think. Okay. Just trying to. My mum, Ellen Voroshin. Sonia.
Hi, Ellen.
Thank you. So yeah, where are we at? We're up to the third one.
Yeah, you're. How many have you given? Jeepers.
I've given 2.
Okay, I told you I'm no good at lists. I've got my pen.
I've given 2.
Okay.
I've given 2. This, not this.
You want me to write down for you and me too? Well, you know, we should have we need a secretary for these shows, don't we?
Yeah.
Anyone want to volunteer?
We need someone to step up and help us, you know, because especially when it's just us 2 rat bags, mate. You know, we're not Belich Ethereum. Nice one, Kurt. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Yeah, we got reprimanded by Kurt for bringing up Belich Ethereum, his little voice message. He loved it. Honestly, he loved it. All right, so my third pick. I have to give this one mainly because it's textbook Eric Clapton. If you don't like my pick here, I'm sorry, but I picked Crossroads by Cream, Wheels of Fire. Have to put that in there. It has to be in this list. Has to be in there.
Can I interrupt? Because I'm just an interrupter. I didn't pick that because I knew you'd pick it.
Yeah.
So I got that right.
You got that right. Has to be in there, doesn't it? Has to be in there.
Got it.
I mean, you know, like we talk about. I mean, like I said,
the show's maintained its credibility because Brad picked that song. So thank you, bro. You've saved this show.
I had to pick it. I mean, it's iconic. As we know, it's like a blueprint for a lot of that blues power stuff. You know, a lot of guys have learned it note perfect, including, you know, we've noted that on the 5150 show with Eddie playing it note perfect. And there's so many guitarists out there that, you know, they play Crossroads, but that for me is the definitive version of Crossroads. And Clapton, you know, he's just all over that. He's playing with such finesse and style, and that was a good era for Clapton. That was a great era for Clapton. His playing was, effortless. Don't you think so, Andrew? Effortless his playing was.
Oh
You
well,
know.
he was certainly enjoying what he was doing, wasn't he? And he
Oh
was
yeah.
at the top of the heap.
Yep.
Setting the standard. All the adjectives and descriptive words that people use when they discuss. Oh, wasn't that a beautiful sunny day? We can apply that to what these guys were doing in that late '60s. What a beautiful sound, what beautiful textures, what beautiful music they were making, and we're talking
Oh,
about it 50 years later, bro.
yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's my third pick, Andrew. What's yours?
Just give me a second, bro. I just want to say,
Yep.
hey, do a quick shout out to Alan here while I type. Look, no, seriously, I'm glad you picked that because I'll show you my list. I telepathically sent a message to you last night, making sure that our muses were communicating that you were going to pick that song. So thank you.
No problem. No problem.
Okay. I've picked Have You Ever Loved a Woman? And I love Clapton's version of this song and the versions that he's done. And the difficulty for me was picking which version. So I've gone with the Derek and the Dominoes version. I just think it's fantastic. It's lovely. I think a couple of the cats in the chat made a comment earlier about simplicity, just a Stratocaster plugged into a Champ, bro, and not relying on anything other. It's like when you basically you just plug straight into your amp and everything is just coming out of these fingers. And that album is just about musicians and fingers, isn't it?
100%. I nearly picked that. That's funny that you picked that one. I nearly picked that one. I listened to the Derek and the Dominoes record earlier today, and there's just so many wonderful songs on that. But that's the beauty of that record as well. And I know we've done I was really proud of the deep dive we did on that record. We did a really good job on that, and so we should probably add links to that at some point in the show. But the very musical album, not just a guitar solo record or anything like that. It was just a bunch of exceptional musicians. That had a great chemistry, and it's evident. But yeah, Clapton's playing on that was beautiful, 100%.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. So what do you got?
So before we go too far, just everyone in the chat would love to see has anyone put up? I'm just going back through the chat now. Has anyone put their 5? I think I saw one earlier, or did you put it up and highlight it? Where was it?
Everyone's just chatting.
Crappy Luxury. He's put Crossroads, Wheels of Fire, Presence of the Lord. That's a beautiful one. Beautiful. The live concert. Yep. Stepping Out, Live Cream, Volume 2. What's the next one? Have You Heard? Beano album. Rambling on My Mind. EC Was Here. Yeah, see there. See, I could quickly change my list just reading that, going, oh yeah, forgot about that. Yep. Oh yeah. All right. So my next one.
Thanks, Crappy.
So my next one was Bell Bottom Blues off the Derek and the Dominoes record. It's not a massive solo. It's just like a little melody. It's got some squankiness in it, where he's doing some little pinchy sort of harmonic-y stuff. But it's wonderful, and it really sets the mood. So I picked Bell Bottom Blues from the Layla and Other Assorted Love Songs record. Notably, the 24 Nights version of that is phenomenal as well.
Oh, yeah. I just think it's Look, we've done shows on both those albums, so yeah, I think we could talk for hours about. I'm just just give me a second, bro. I'm just bringing that album up. I looked away. Yeah, okay. So I was right. So I looked away as the first track on that Layla album, then Bell Bottom Blues, and I think by the time if you didn't like I Looked Away, which is an okay kind of song, it's Bell Bottom Blues is the first of the masterpieces.
Exactly. I love the solo in that. It's nothing special. Like when I say nothing special, it's not flashy. It's just perfect for the song. It's beautiful. Very heartfelt. Very
awesome,
heartfelt.
bro. Awesome. That's a good choice. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, so the next one, there's a couple of cats here that are talking about this masterpiece of an album. We've done a few shows again on this album in the past, and we've got more to come. But I've picked that the difficulty was picking a solo from this album. So I've just nailed it down to one, which is Double Crossing Time. The Marshall Blues Breaker. Excuse me, forgive me. The Les Paul. We've spoken about it many times. It was the combination of those two instruments that started a revolution in music, and Brad and I and Simon and everyone else as a result of that spark.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh, that's well put. So the Beano record, I could have picked, a handful of songs off. But I'm glad you picked one off that album. That's great. He's got such a long creative career. It's hard to pick just 5 guys. So like I said, Andrew made it pretty clear that his top 5 is going to change tomorrow. I said about a week or so, but yeah. So I just saw one here. Jazz Thunder 50, While My Guitar Gently Weeps from Harrison Live at Japan. Yes. Yes. 100%. And on the tribute album, the live performance, that tribute DVD to George Harrison his solo on that is phenomenal. Actually, that DVD is phenomenal. Maybe we should go through that one time. But we've got a lot of stuff coming up now. We've got a lot of stuff coming up in the not too distant future there, Andrew. So maybe that'll have to go on the back burner for a bit. But
yeah.
Who else? Yeah. What else have we got here? I'm just trying to go through because I saw some other comments that were worth. Where are we? Hey Jay, it's going to bed. I don't know if Simon has Simon mentioned anything in relation to what songs he would have picked.
Mate, he's paying the bills. He's working.
Yeah. What's Deja Voodoo saying? No, we're really mad scientists at the cold face of these beautiful tones, caught in the high volume interplay of harmonics and hearing loss and burnt fingers from touching the sun. Yeah. And he's put the thumb and the flame emoji there. Yeah. So, I mean, I've done 4 songs. Have you done 4 now? You've done 4, haven't you?
I've done Forever Man, Voodoo, Double. Mm-hmm. Have you? Yeah, 4. Yeah.
All right. Well, I have been trying not to pick songs completely and utterly off 24 Nights because that is still to me, I liked Clapton, but when 24 Nights came, I became a Clapton nut. So I could have picked 5 songs, like I said earlier, from 24 Nights, but I have to pick one, Andrew. I have to pick one from 24 Nights. It was like what am I going to do? I don't know which one to pick. I could have picked, I've got 5 listed here, and I have to make a decision right now which one I'm going to go with. I think I'm going to go with Old Love, the solo he does in Old Love on 24 Nights. I mean, I love the Journeyman version as well, But yeah, fantastic. I still get goosebumps listening to that. I can listen to it forever. That whole DVD, 24 Nights, I can listen to that over and over and over and never get sick of it. So, you know, what are your thoughts on that, Andrew? Old Love's pretty epic on that.
Oh, that's fast becoming one of my favourite shows that we've done this year. A couple of those shows that we've done with Michael, and gosh, we were fortunate to have him on, weren't we? And we look forward to doing a few more deep dives with Michael. If you guys haven't already checked out this wonderful DVD, or any of these performances, which are all over YouTube, as Brad said, you know, go and check it out. I know that most of us have, but if anyone hasn't, go and check it out. I think your choice of subtleness in that solo is a great counterbalance for your list, and I'm a little bit envious actually, because I haven't picked anything like that. So I've just gone rip, shit, and bust as usual. So
that's all right. That brings a good colour and texture to the show.
Yeah. Great choice. Great choice. Okay, so my last one is I've picked, and we've done this show. I've picked it's from the Cream Reunion tour DVD. It's Stormy Monday, and
Yes.
I'll never forget that note at the 5-minute 29 section of the song, where that note just goes on and on and on and on. I just for me, bro, again, the tone that Clapton was getting from that era, you know, yes, we love the Beano tone. Yes, we love the Layla tone. Yes, we love the Journeyman tone. But, you know, from that Journeyman tone, he went to this tone that he did in the mid-2000s, which is just so close, but so far from it. You understand what I mean? It's just...
Yeah, no, I totally get it. Totally get it. I you know, for me, 24 Nights is the tone for me of the sort of 90s onwards sort of era of Clapton, but very closely behind would definitely be that Cream Reunion gig. The tone he got on that is phenomenal. Phenomenal. I'm just seeing here, there's a few comments here. Stormy Monday is incredible, Derek said. Where are we? Old Love, great solo in the Hyde Park concert version. Yes, that's phenomenal. It's a wonderful song, Old Love, and I guess that's a easy walk in the park for Clapton to pour emotion into, because he probably puts himself in that zone of where he was at that particular time when that song was created, obviously, because we all know who it's about. So he probably just puts himself in that zone and off he goes. So, yeah.
Yeah, that Hyde Park performance is remarkable, isn't it? You know, the way that he gets those endless notes. But I think you're right, bro. I think that song it's remarkable, isn't it? It's a remarkable song because it's one that you know we love as Clapton fans, but it's a deep cut, isn't it? In a strange kind of way. But it's well deserved as a deep cut. You know, it's one that you have to actually, you know, appreciate on a different level because of that, you know, that subtleness that he has, that slow hand playing that he brings to it. It's just phenomenal.
Yeah. You know, I think our lists are pretty good, Andrew. I'm pretty happy with what we've achieved there.
Oh, and mate, we've winged it pretty well, haven't we?
Oh yeah, we've winged it really well. We're getting good at this winging stuff, mate.
Here's my
I
list.
my list is on the computer, but I can take a photo and show you. I've actually got honourable mentions, and I don't know if you want to go through some honourable mentions as well. But
Yes. Yeah. From
I've
out.
got a few honourable mentions that I thought were definitely on my sort of shuffleboard, like which one's going to go where, or what am I going to pick, what am I going to leave off. For me, very close to my top five was no particular order. Born Under a Bad Sign by Cream off Wheels of Fire. So that to me is his solo in that is phenomenal. The tone obviously is what do you call it? Very evident from that era of Cream. It's very throaty, but his playing on it's phenomenal. His playing on it was phenomenal. I really think that people need to go back and have a listen to that Born Under a Bad Sign by Cream on Wheels of Fire. What are your thoughts on that song, Andrew? I thought when I was listening to that today, I was like, whoa, I should probably put that in there. But it just, I stuck with my original list.
I'm glad you didn't put that in there, because if you had put that in there and not put Crossroads in there, you'd be out.
Oh yeah, look, I think Crossroads.
Yeah. Here's your resignation letter. I've filled it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you got any honourable mentions? I've got more. I can go through them. Have you got any honourable mentions? No.
Oh, well, look. I didn't want to pick this, and I you know, it's etched in my memory. It was probably the first time that I ever heard something that I knew was Clapton, when I was just this young guy running around, and it was off the radio, and it was "Sunshine of Your Love." It's one of the earliest, and I just love all the versions. The live versions that he's done. They're so different.
Yep.
It's like cocaine. I think Warren mentioned cocaine. He still loves cocaine. And there's some shit hot versions of cocaine out there, and some crappy ones too.
Yeah.
Well, but I was going to pick No Alibis. I just love that high gain tone. I just love it. It's just another short little intro, short little solo. Love it.
That's a beauty. Look, I went with the songs I picked, obviously, because they just sort of edged out the other ones. But I also put in my honourable mentions, I put Pretending from the Journeyman album, also from 24 Nights. Both are phenomenal. In fact, I prefer the 24 Nights version to Journeyman, just because it's that live feel. He's just going for it. He's really pushing himself. For me, that was an honourable mention. I put Bad Love from Journeyman and 24 Nights. I didn't want to just flood it with 24 Nights or Journeyman, because that's one of my favourite eras. But love that. That's amazing. And Badge from 24 Nights. I mean, I love the Cream version as well. But I don't know whether it's just my tendency to and self-indulgence in with 24 Nights, but yeah, that one particularly, the solo in that is great. And how could I forget Running on Faith from 24 Nights? That's epic. That's it probably should have been in my top five, but I wanted to try and my first initial five that I picked, I went with.
Yeah. I agree with you. And there's a lot of, we could do a top 20 list. We could do a top 50 list, and you and I and Simon, we could do 20 programs on Clapton guitar solos and intros, and I don't mean that disparagingly or like a flippant comment. Seriously, we could, and this is one of the great things about what we do here on this show is that we've got a lot of topics, a lot of subjects, and it's something that's obviously very dear and close to our hearts, and we're sharing that with you guys. I just want to make a quick little shout out. I found out one of the reasons why Mark last week was put in timeout. It had nothing to do with any words that you were saying, guys. It had everything to do with emojis. Apparently, YouTube doesn't like people when they put a lot of emojis in, so they time you out. So I need to go through, and I see Nightbot has warned Ellen a couple of times too for putting in some emojis. So if you guys are getting timed out, it's because of the emojis. It's not because you are saying anything rude or yeah. It's just it's the emojis. So I'll find out how to do that. Presence of the Lord, absolutely. Another great. We've done that album too, haven't we, bro? Blind Faith.
Yes, we have. That's phenomenal. And I love the live version of that from that Winwood Clapton DVD. That's phenomenal. It's such an emotive version of it. Really good. But so we've been getting some timeout issues, have we? So I've just seen a little notification in the chat there. Okay.
Yeah. It's all to do with the emojis. So I'll find out how to override that command, guys. So 3 or less seems to be okay. Okay, is that right, Mark? Okay. So if you guys, okay. But I'll see if we can do that, because if you guys want to do like 50 thumbs downs, you should be allowed to.
all thumbs ups, mate.
Well, okay, thumbs ups. Okay, yeah, if you guys want to do thumbs up, you should be allowed to. But it had nothing to do with anything that you guys have said. It just had everything to do with the emojis. Or the only other way that we can do it is we could just make everyone moderators. But we don't want to do that either, because our moderators are very close and dear to us as well. So we'll fix it. We promise.
Yeah. I think it's funny how everything works with YouTube and stuff these days. They're all over it. What's Warren said here? Also, like in my day, my cream to solo Clapton. Wow. Yes, that's amazing, Warren. I was going to suggest Deja Voodoo. I was going to suggest any solos worth a skip. There's a lot of messages are coming through. Thanks, guys, for all the lovely messages and your comments. Yes, filters can be tricky. They can be. So what do you guys think? I see Sonia says love every single song. What do you guys think about pick? So for me, I picked, if you've only just sort of jumped in, because I've seen a few more people have jumped in, I picked 5 Long Years from the Cradle album, While My Guitar Gently Weeps from the Beatles' White Album, Crossroads, Cream, Wheels of Fire, Bell Bottom Blues from Layla and Other Assorted Love Songs, and Old Love from 24 Nights. What did you pick, Andrew, again?
Yeah, we'll put these lists on the video too. So Forever Man, Deja Voodoo, I was going to say, Voodoo Child from the Winwood Clapton concert, Double Crossing Time from the Beano album, Have You Ever Loved a Woman from Derek and the Dominoes, Layla and Other Assorted Love Songs, and Stormy Monday, especially at the 5:29 mark where that note goes on forever on the Cream reunion tour. Look, I'm happy with that list, and in a couple of months' time, when Brad and I do another midweek show with part 2 of your Clapton's favorite solos,
Mate, it could have been all 24 nights versions for me too. So I wanted to spread the love across his career a little bit. I didn't want it just to be all 24 nights. So, but I
Oh,
think
so they've taken them all down. Oh,
yeah, that sucks. Yes. Yeah, it's not nice when those sort of things happen. I feel for Bobby there a little bit. But what can you do? Yeah. So yeah, guys. Warren's just put there, folks. Tell your friends about the channel. We need to get this channel over 1,000, 100%. And Warren just preempted me to go on about that because I seem to be the one that always pushes for subscriptions, and we all do. But I'm the one that does the, share the channel, guys. Share the love. Get us out there. We want to grow the channel. We're going to goal 1,000 subs by the end of this year, and I think we can get there. We're doing pretty well. We're ticking along, and it's been with your help already. But keep sharing and keep liking our content. Keep the channel growing. We really appreciate it. We really do sincerely appreciate it.
Yeah, the comments and the thumbs up certainly help with the algorithms. So I look at the stats once a week, and we get the views. And look, we appreciate you guys sharing that. And I just want to echo everything that Brad has said. Check out our social media accounts on Instagram too, because we want to build that. That's part and parcel of what we do here. We don't see any divisions of Brad's doing his own stuff on his Instagram account, but there's a lot of what we do here over there, vice versa too. So please check them out. You know what? I'm really disappointed that they've made Bobby and Coco take these videos down. And I'll tell you why I'm really disappointed. I'm really pissed off actually about this, because this is where big business are getting away with bullying somebody telling the truth, because they've printed this album with liner notes which are bloody wrong, incorrect, and giving credit to people who weren't there, and not giving credit to people who were actually there on the album. And because they've cocked up, they don't want anybody saying that they've cocked up. So instead of fixing it, they'll get rid of you saying the truth so they can perpetuate their bullshit lie.
Yeah. Yes. You can see that it's, Andrew's quite passionate about it. I think I feel the same way. Definitely. Disappointing to know that, but
well, this channel will tell the truth. This channel will go through when we do our 50th anniversary of All Things Must Pass. Well, they can try and bully us.
Maybe we can get Bobby on.
Yeah,
that would be cool. We can manage to get Bobby on,
bro. Yeah. It's been a pleasure hanging out with you, man. I know where you've come from. I know what you've been doing all day, man, and the dedication and hard work that you provide to this channel. I mean it sincerely to all my co-hosts who join us. It's a privilege to be with you guys, and I look forward to hanging out with you again, bro, on Saturday. We got an easy show on Saturday. We've got the Rev hanging out with us. He's going to talk about that guitar trip that he went to. How many weeks ago now? 5 weeks ago? 4 weeks ago?
About 4 weeks, yeah. I think 4 weeks ago. So we want you guys to, Derek Clapton's just put in there, tell the truth. Yes.
That's correct.
I saw that pop up. Sorry to sort of deviate away from that, but I'm really looking forward to that, and I want everyone in the chat to be interactive on this one for Kurt, because ask as many questions as you can. He's going to grace us with his knowledge that he's learned. So it's going to be a really, really cool show But have all your guitar techie, geeky questions ready to go. And I'm sure Kurt's probably going to be able to answer them from even just the little things he's told me and sent me. I'm like, wow, I can't wait to hear. Obviously it's hard to get every little piece of information from him through a message service, but I've been holding out for this show. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, the good thing about this show too, guys, is it's going to be groundbreaking because we've got the Rev on here and he's going to drop a couple of stories there that a lot of people in the Van Halen world don't know. And we're not interested in, breaking a lot of new territory, guys. We're happy doing what we're doing, but the fact that the Rev has kept a lot of these stories for our show, for what we do, is humbling, and we're privileged that he's decided to do that with us because he's on a lot of Van Halen forums where he could have spilled his beans, but he saved it for Brad and I and for you guys. So, bro, thank you for that.
Yeah, thanks, Kurt. We're really looking forward. Like, I'm seriously, sincerely saying this. I've been hanging out to do this show just to listen to you talk about it. So, yeah, it's going to be awesome. Really looking forward to it.
And Sunday we're back again because we're going to be talking about, oh my gosh, what are we talking about on Sunday, bro?
Revolver. Beatles. Turn off your mind, relax and float downstream.
It is not dying. Oh.
Talk about freak out.
Oh, man, mate. Oh, my little hairs on the back of my neck are just tingling. Oh,
I know. I'm looking forward to it. Actually, the way we're going to go through it, we're going to do it over two shows. This Sunday, we're going to just have a chat about the album, what it means to us, go through some of the things that they did during the recording processes, what they used, what information we've got, and been given. Obviously, I think Warren's actually supplied some information as well, which is going to be, if he wants to be part of it, then great. But we're going to do our best to cover it off. So we're looking forward to it. And what an album! I mean, I've been listening to it, and I haven't listened to Revolver for a while now, and it just blows me away at how, that whole period from where the Beatles started, from Please Please Me. By the time they got to Revolver, you can really tell that they'd started to become songwriters. Did you pick that up, Andrew? Like I'll save a lot of this for the show, but wow, and you can distinctively hear the Lennon songs and the McCartney songs on this record in particular. You can really hear it.
They went from singing about She Loves You and I Want to Hold Your Hand, which are great songs and great things to talk about. Singing about girls is great. Wow. Yeah, a lot of songs have been written about girls. A lot of great songs, a lot of shit songs. But yeah, anyway, the point is, and then they moved on. They moved on to singing about some serious stuff.
Experiences, all sorts of things.
Yeah. Just the topic of the songs, but just the sounds, just that, I know that you and I and the Rock Professor, we love talking about this, the way that these albums sound and they take us on journeys. Man, this album's.
Yeah. There's some fantastic, vocal deliveries from all the members of the band as well. Have you noticed that? Their vocals are phenomenal on this record. They're really in the pocket. They've found their voice. It's a great album, and I'm glad we're doing it. It's a good choice. I'm glad I come up with that. Selfishly, I wanted to dive into that.
Well, look. This show's always going to gleefully jump on any Beatles album, even the Magical Mystery Tour. Seriously, we'll talk about any Beatles album and we'll talk about any Stones album because these were the British guys, in my opinion, that actually Dirty Work. We'll never talk about Dirty Work. We'll never talk about and maybe Emotional. No, Emotional Rescue is okay, but Dirty Work. There's no decent song on Dirty Work. That's one album they shouldn't have made.
Well, I can't say there's a Beatles album that they shouldn't have made because I think they're all, pretty amazing albums, and we've got a wealth of music there from them in pretty much it was just under a 10-year career, Andrew, from the Beatles.
Under 10 years, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Having said that, though, I never listened to Magical Mystery Tour for years, bro. I never listened to that album. When I was a young cat getting into music, there was nothing on that album that interested me until I was in my late 20s. I'm serious.
Yeah, I'm the same. Look, obviously there's some mixed bag songs on there, but I really enjoy the album. Hey Bulldog, I've always wanted to cover that in a blues band. I thought that would be a cracker of a song to cover.
Great song.
Hey Bulldog. There's just, you could really tell they were experimenting and doing different things on that record, and All You Need Is Love. That's all I'll say about that record. That makes it.
Yeah, good point.
You listen to it. I mean, there's always going to be some throwaway songs, and we know that. But on most records, there's always one or two throwaways, but fillers or whatever. But for me, the Beatles are still one of my all-time favorite bands, and they always will be, in my eyes, one of the greatest, just because they wrote amazing songs, and phenomenal.
No argument. I will share this story before we knock off.
Yep.
I remember years and years ago, I was working part-time. I was a young guy. I was working part-time. I won't tell you where I was working. Anyway, there were a couple of guys there, and we were talking about music as people do. And these guys were, I was 18, and these guys were 25, 26. So when you're 18 and someone's 25, 26, it's like, oh my God, you guys are seriously older and experienced. You guys are misters. Yes, I'll do everything that you say. And I remember we were having a conversation, and one of the guys asked another guy, Beatles or Rolling Stones, in a conversation. And I won't swear. And the other guy said, do you want me to take your head off? Because that's not even a serious question. You and I are good mates here, so don't ask me a stupid question like that again. And I remember thinking, wow, and he was serious.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to draw a comparison with bands, but I think they stood that in their own right. They had amazing talent. They did their thing the way they did it. They weren't the same. They did things differently, but they were just the same era. They'll probably, unfortunately for the Stones, in the shadow of the Beatles a tiny bit through that era.
That's fine. But
when I say shadow, I don't mean success-wise, not necessarily talent-wise, because there's some amazing stuff from the Stones of that period as well. I just want to answer a question I saw pop back here, and I forgot to answer it, and we got a bit sidetracked. But someone asked, where was it, about the Strat. Could you get, Deja Voodoo asks, could you get the right tone for all of your solo picks from the Clapton Strat alone? Good question. You get close. I mean, that's the whole point behind the Clapton Strat, was to that he could cover a lot of eras and a lot of tones. So his Clapton Strat, from my understanding, he designed with Fender and obviously worked with them and wanted to be able to cover some thicker, gnarlier tones like Les Paul and SG and 355s. He wanted to be able to capture that sort of era, but also the Stratocaster vibe from, when he got Blackie and Brownie, and he wanted to cover those tones as well. But I think he went to that Journeyman era. From there, he kind of went off on I'm doing the songs and the tones and everything sonically this way, and he went with that. So to answer your question, it's probably about 80% tone wise. You can cover everything. there's certain things that he did, like say for example, if we're talking about, say, I mentioned as an honourable mention, Born Under a Bad Sign by Cream, you may need to incorporate some sort of, I'm not sure what he's using on that, but it sounds to me like there's some fuzz or something going on in that. And I'm not saying I know what it is, but you can't necessarily get a fuzz tone from that guitar. You need a fuzz pedal. But that guitar's designed, Andrew, to not use any pedals at all, like no tube screamer, no nothing in front, just plug straight into a rig and go for it with a wah pedal, isn't it? That's what it was designed for.
Yeah,
so you do your mid boost and get your push at the front end of the amp. And so to answer your question properly, probably about 80 to 85% of the tones probably get fairly close with that Strat. Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. So you're not going to get anywhere near those tones if you just use the normal Strat. And we've all got normal Strats, and we've discussed this before. So your normal Strat's not going to get anywhere near, because you don't have that mid boost and those noiseless pickups, which is so important to generating that tone. But having said that, too, if you wanted to play like bell bottom blues, you're going to get pretty close when you turn the volume down and the TBX, but you're not going to be able to nail it completely like you would with, a standard Strat. So it's a good compromise, but jeepers, what a great compromise.
Well, it's for me, I see the Clapton Strat as more of a versatile live guitar that you can cover a lot of tonality wise, which, that's why Clapton uses it and has continued to use that style of guitar all the way through since pretty much that Journeyman era. He hasn't gone away from the mid boost. He hasn't gone away from any of that stuff. He's kept it. He's changed pickups, but from my understanding, the lenses, was it the lace sensors as opposed to the noiseless? They're voiced very similar, so it's not a massive difference. The only way we could really, really be 100% on that is have a guitar with lace sensors next to one like Warren's guitar here that's got the noiseless ones, and try it. That's the only way I think we would be able to compare it.
Yeah, there's a few guys on YouTube who've done a remarkable job with doing that. So, and the differences are subtle, but they're there. And I've had both. I can't tell the difference. I'm half deaf though. I couldn't tell the difference between the noiseless and the sensors. I know a lot of guys say they can. They say that there's more mid in the sensors. Oh, look, it's like,
remember, you've got a mid boost on that guitar as well, so they're pretty gnarly pickups. Those noiseless pickups, they sound pretty close to the lace sensors. But hey, we're covering a whole topic. We could sit for a whole show. If I could manage to get a guitar here, like Andrew, if Andrew was here or I was in New Zealand with both our guitars, we could do a whole show on this.
Absolutely. Guys, appreciate hanging out with you. Warren, thank you very much for supporting our channel. We do look forward to that. I need to have a executive meeting with Brad because we're going to run a competition for Brad's T-shirts this month and next month. So we're going to be pretty much like the Van Halen T-shirt. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll pick a date. You guys have to be live here, and we'll draw your name out of the hat, and whoever wins can pick a style of T-shirt with Brad's logo on it, and we'll pay for it, and we'll send it to you guys. And if you can provide us with an unboxing video or something like that, that would be really great, really helpful for the channel. Can't wait to do that. So Warren, your contribution will be going towards that. So we appreciate it. Thank you, bro. And also for our monthly subscriptions.
Yeah.
I'm going to split, bro. I'm going to leave it up to you to say goodbye. Normally the rock professor does that, but you've got the job.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to just quickly, one more thing. Warren said he's got 3 gold lace sensors and the EC strap with the noiseless pickups. So maybe he could do a comparison for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. Happy to do a comparison one day, he's put. So there you go. But that would be a cool little show to do that. Okay, so we're just going to say goodbye, Simon, our co-host. We'll see you Sunday. Thanks for jumping in. Didn't realise it was. I thought it'd still be fairly early over there, but our time differences just get confused the hell out of me. They really do. Michael Smith, thanks for jumping in. We're just about to call it a day. Deja Voodoo. Who else we got? Warren. Thank you, Warren. Mark Tanner. Ellen Vorishin, my mum. Deja Voodoo. We've got, who else we got in here? Crappy Luxury. Thanks for joining us. Jazz Thunder 50. Thanks for joining us. Just going through. Derek Clapton, I think I mentioned you before, but thank you again for joining us. Mark Tanner, we always appreciate you jumping on. Great Vanzini. Where are we? I'm just making sure I have missed anyone. Crappy Luxury, I think I mentioned you. I think I've mentioned everyone pretty much.
Hey,
Hobo Roadie, thank you for jumping in. Sonia, thank you, Sonia. And Great Manzini, I did mention you. There's just so many comments here, guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to go through and have a good read of all these when we finish. That's the thing. We see the comments, but sometimes they're coming through fairly quickly and we miss them. So I apologise about that.
I like Derek's comment. If someone asks me Beatles or Stones, I always say Cream. I'm going to steal that, bro. I'm going to steal that. I'm going to be a shit stirrer and say, give me Cream.
I think I've covered everyone. If I've forgotten you or I haven't seen you, I apologise. Thank you for joining us. I think we had nearly 20 people there at one point joined us, which is fantastic for our humble little small channel, which is great.
Wow.
For a midweek show, we really appreciate you jumping in. And as we bang on about, please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. So we really appreciate that. Make sure you follow us on our socials. They're thrown out on the banners there and everything. Andrew does a really good job of that. Thank you, Andrew, for sharing all the love with the socials, and thank you for having me on again. Obviously, always a pleasure to talk about Eric Clapton and spend the day past hump day for us chatting with you. And it's always great hanging, and we really appreciate everyone jumping on. Thank you so much.
Look at this guy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you guys. Yeah, look. Yeah. I'm not going to say much more. Thank you, Michael, and thank you, Sonia.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Honestly, we're family here, and you guys are part of it. So, be cool, everyone.
Yeah, thank you guys, and we look forward to seeing you. So Saturday, Australian Eastern Standard Time. It's 2 p.m. It's 4 p.m. in New Zealand. I'm not sure Kurt's time. I don't know. Time zone wise, I'm a little bit out. So
it's
basically,
10 p.m. It's 10 p.m. 10 p.m. Friday, where he is in America. It's Friday for our American family friends.
Yep. So Friday evenings. Please go on and look at the card on our channel, and it'll show you the exact time in your time zone. That's the best way to do it, and because it actually gives you the time, the date. You can set a reminder. It'll come up. And every time you do that, you won't miss a thing. All right. So, and then Sunday, our time, Saturday in America and other parts of the world, we're doing Revolver by the Beatles. So we look forward to that.
Man. All right. We're out of here. I've got a dog to walk.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I've got work to do, and I've got to actually, believe it or not, back to work. I'm serious.
I know. There's only enough room on this show for one bullshitter, mate, not two.
No, I've got to go back to work. I've got I've got a client to train at 7 to 8 o'clock. So, yeah.
Oh, you're running around the block 4 times, are you?
Yeah, well, I'll run 5. No, I've got it. It's at the gym. I work at a gym, so.
Awesome.
Yep.
Okay, we're out of here.
Great list, Andrew.
Cheers. Oh, yeah. Hey, put your list up. Put your list up, bro. Please give me your list so I can attach it to the show. Yeah, you don't
Do you
forget.
want me to DM it to you?
Yeah, your DM and I can just attach it, so that'll be cool. Cheers.
All right, do that.